Hey, this is John Carlos, and I am here with a look at the Scream Factory exclusive NECA action figure of Burnt Chucky from the end of Child's Play. And one of the little things I appreciate about this packaging is that since the figure is burned, they took the classic Good Guy doll box, and the artwork makes it look all burned too. I think that's pretty swell. There were two ways to get this figure. Both were from the Scream Factory website. One was to order it directly on its own from Scream Factory, or two was to order it bundled with the 4K releases of Child's Play 1, 2, and 3. The individual figure sold out right away. So for most people, the only way to really get this was to get the trilogy set, which I was going to do anyway because I wanted to upgrade to 4K. So looking at this figure, the real draw here is the head. And I'm really impressed with this head. Especially because in the movie he has thin wisps of red hair left. And I wondered how they would be able to achieve that. And the fact that they did actually sculpt on this thin wispy red hair, to me, is pretty impressive. Also the fact that they captured not just his big eye sticking out, but that little slit of an eye that you barely kind of see in the movie with the goop dripping over it. That's pretty accurate. Same thing with the exposed teeth and gums. This is a really good representation of his head at the end of Child's Play. And then the body itself is well done. If you look at the movie, it's pretty much just like a black and darkened version of his overalls. You get some hints of the stripes, but it's mostly just kind of black and goopy, and I think they did a pretty good job shredding his outfit here. All the little tears in it look good, but what I really dig is the fact that they included a little metal bit sticking out through his hands. You see his hands a lot in close-up during the climax of the movie when he's stabbing through the door. So the fact they included a little metal bit sticking out is nice. His shoes are black, which is fun. Bummer for this figure, though, is the right and left shoes are swapped. They're on the wrong feet. That's kind of dumb. But, oh well. Figure comes with one accessory. His little voodoo knife, and I think it looks pretty good. The fact that the little details in it are sculpted in and not just painted on is a nice little touch. One extra super cool thing about this figure, the little jaw moves. I didn't even notice that seam at first, but the fact that you can open his mouth is a real nice touch to me. A couple nitpicks worth mentioning. One, that the figure's outfit appears to be a little bit lighter. Compared to his head, compared to his hands, it all should be a little bit darker. I will say in person it reads darker than it does on camera just because the lighting I'm using is really brightening up the colors, but I think it's a good level of darkness myself. The other thing worth mentioning is the feet being on the wrong legs. These don't have swiveling ankle joints the way Black Series figures do. It's just a single hinge that goes forward and back. So since the feet are slightly angled to be on the other foot so that when the legs are spread apart, the feet lay flat, instead they wobble. And that's just, well, it's just a little bit silly to me. The knife fits perfectly into his hand. I'm not big on talking about articulation in reviews. I will point out that, the base of the figure inside is black, so you can see a little bit of the black plastic, figure underneath in some spots. Articulation on the ankles and the waist is pretty loose on my figure. Other than that, I think this is a really great looking figure. I love the way they designed it. I especially like the jaw joint. There's just the one basic ball joint at the base of the neck. That's it. This is my first clothed NECA action figure. I normally go for the standard 6-inch, 7-inch scale plastic figures. The clothed ones really aren't my thing. But in this case, it was such a cool design, and being that I'm such a big Chucky fan, I had to get this. I think it's freaking awesome. I love the head. I love everything about this. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this figure, and if you want to be up to date with all my latest reviews, be sure to click subscribe.